China has sounded an alert after a suspected case of the bubonic plague was reported in Bayan Nur in northern Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region. A level 3 warning of plague prevention and control has been issued. Now, how did it spread? It is quite unclear. However, the alerts asks people to immediately report any sick or dead marmot. Marmot is a large and heavy rodent that resembles squirrels and also forbids the hunting and eating of the animals that could carry the plague. 5 days before, Chinese news agency Xinhua has reported two suspected cases of bubonic plague in Kobe province in western Mongolia. Now, what is bubonic plague? According to the World Health Organization, a disease that is caused by bacteria Yersinia pestis, a zoonotic bacteria usually found in small mammals and their fleas, with the symptoms of the disease appearing after an incubation-free period of 1 to 7 days. The disease usually spreads from bites of fleas that have fed upon infected creatures like mice, rats, rabbits, and squirrels. Now, what is the disease? There are two main forms of plague, bubonic and pneumonic. Pneumonic plague is the advanced stages of involvement of the lungs. According to WHO, bubonic plague is the most common form and it is characterized by painful swelling of the lymph nodes or buboes. It is a rare disease now. From 2010 to 2015, there were 3,248 cases reported worldwide, including 584 deaths. It is now mostly endemic in Democratic Republic of Congo, Madagascar, and Peru. Now, how fatal is it? In the Middle Ages, a bubonic plague pandemic, also known as the Black Death, had wiped out more than half of the Europe's population. However, with the availability of antibiotics, the disease is largely treatable now. If not treated on time, bubonic plague has a case fatality rate of 30% to 60%, while its septicemic and pneumonic kind can touch 100% fatality. If diagnosed and treated on time, the disease has about a 10% fatality rate. What are the symptoms? According to WHO, sudden onset of fever, chills, head and body aches, and weakness, vomiting, along with nausea. In bubonic plague, the lymph node becomes inflamed, tense, and painful, and this is called a bubo. At advanced stages of the infection, the inflamed lymph nodes can turn into open sores filled up with pus. When it advances to the lungs, pneumonic plague becomes the most virulent form of this disease. Septicemic plague can cause tissue death and subsequent blackening of the fingers, toes, and nose, according to Mayo Clinic. How does it transit? According to WHO, human-to-human transmission of bubonic plague is rare. However, any person with pneumonic plague may transmit the disease via droplet to the other humans, has resulted in Black Death, one of the worst pandemic in human history that claimed millions of lives in 14th century. The disease is expected to have originated somewhere in Asia, spreading through China and India, before killing off an estimated two-thirds of the European population in 1340s and 1350s. While antibiotics can now treat the disease, the airborne spread of the highly contagious disease weakened havoc and frenzy across the world. Healthy people were found dead overnight and sailors started arriving at ports either dead or rotting, or covered in black contusions, pus and blood. There were riots and massacres of the Jewish people, and the disease is believed to have been brought under control by strict quarantine measures and people hygiene.